Yo, what's up people? I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be another informative video, and the topic of today's video is going to be skinny fat. So I'm going to be talking to you guys what skinny fat is and some tips that you can use if you're experiencing this problem to overcome your problem of having skinny fat and then move on in your weightlifting and fitness goals. So stay tuned and keep watching, and like always, please don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe.
At 17 I wanted everything that was in store. At 23, I bought it all just to make sure.
So before we get into the tips, let us understand what skinny fat is exactly. There's not really a perfect way of defining skinny fat, but a skinny fat person is someone who has little weight, or for example doesn't have much muscle mass, but then compared to the ratio of muscle mass or weight they have a significant amount of body fat with that. So you're skinny and you still have a lot of fat, usually in your abdominal area. And this can usually cause people to feel shameful, but it's important to remember being skinny fat isn't actually unhealthy, but because of the way you look when you take your top off, for example, it can cause people to feel shameful, and they don't really know what to do to get rid of this problem. I know from past experiences that when I've had people ask me questions about skinny fat and I've spoken to them what they've been trying to do to help to reduce the skinny fat, time and time again it always recurs people go on these sort of cutting diets, keto diets, paleo diets, crash diets to try and really drop the body fat as quick as possible, you know, really intense. But the problem with that, they're missing a significant point with it, because these diets are made in a way for you to drop body fat, but simultaneously you're going to also reduce some mass anyway, so they're not very effective by you doing all these cutting diets. So in my opinion, to know how to reduce skinny fat, you firstly need to know why you get that skinny fat in the first place. Most of the time people get skinny fat because they simply have a poor diet. There's no structure to the diet. They're not getting enough complex carbs, enough complex foods in there, the right amount of macronutrients, and there's no significant resistance training to follow these bad foods that they're eating. And as I previously mentioned, people go on these diets to try and drop the body fat, and I mentioned how it's not effective. Another thing people who are experiencing skinny fat do is then do long distance running, so like a lot of cardio. But the problem is with this cardio, it's good for your heart, that's great. However, it does nothing for you in the way of body composition. So yeah, you're doing all this cardio, you're losing weight, but you're losing muscle mass at the same time, but the body fat is still there, still giving that skinny look. What you need to do is look into body recomposition. So don't go on all these cutting diets or things like that, or doing excessive amounts of cardio. You need to do body recomposition. What do I mean by body recomposition? Body recomposition in its basic terms is when you try to simultaneously gain as much lean muscle mass while losing body fat simultaneously. So how exactly do you go about achieving body recomposition? Well, in basic terms, you have to start lifting heavier weight. You need to add in some sort of resistance and strength training based workout plan into what you're doing now. If what you're doing now is just cardio based, you need to move away from that, reduce that, and then move on to strength training. And you need to start lifting heavy weights within your body limit, within what you can do, no ego lifting or anything like that. And then you want to also do progressive overload. So what I mean by progressive overload, over the next coming weeks, you consistently either increase the weight or increasing the reps, so you can do both of that, increase reps and weight. And you always want to try and better what you did the previous week. That way you know your strength gains will always be going up, and you'll be pushing your body to limits. You're essentially forcing your body to make some lean muscle mass gains. So that's what you need to do. Also, it's important not to just go into the gym and just do legs, chest, back, arms. You need to know what you're doing. You need to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, it's not going to work. You need to have a plan. You need to know what set days. Say for example, you're going to do chest and triceps on a certain day. You do chest and triceps, you get those workouts written down, you know what you're doing. There's abs and cardio on a certain day, you know what you're doing exactly, and then when you write it down, you know what the weight you did the previous week, or if you can just remember it, then that's fine, but I suggest you write it down. Then when you come in the week after, you know, okay, I've got to either be in the same weight or better this weight. I think you want to always try and better the weight within your obviously limits, but you always want to push yourself, and by you pushing yourself through progressive overload, you'll be making the most out of your resistance training, and you will then get as much lean muscle mass as possible. As well as having a strength training, you want to be not really in a calorie deficit, but you want to be in a very slight calorie surplus. So say for example your maintenance calories was 2,500, you don't want to be eating 2,900, just about 2,600 thereabouts. A slight calorie increase to be either maintenance or just in a surplus. That way you're still going to be building muscle mass, but the fat gain is going to be as minimal. Also, you want to also get enough sleep and rest days. Don't overdo it with the strength training. You want to have at least 1 to 2 days of rest each week, and you want to listen to your body. That's very important. And last but not the least, you want to have some patience. This takes time. Body recomposition takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, so usually it happens around 8 to 12 weeks. That's the period. Everyone's different. It can happen for you quicker, but I believe by following these basic steps, not overdoing it on cardio, but really increasing your resistance training and having patience and right amount of sleep and being in the right amount of calorie surplus, you'll be able to lose that skinny fat. So those are the basic steps at which I believe if you follow, you'll be able to lose that skinny fat and recomposition your body. So guys, I hope you found this video useful. I hope someone out there who's going through the same problem may find it useful. If you have, please share the video, it'll be much appreciated. And as like always, people, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll be putting out more videos like this for you guys in the future. Have a blessed day, people. Peace.
Whipping excursion. I gotta pick up that person in the trap, whipping that working. You're not a gangster, you're just a